Hi everyone, I'm Beatrice Verhoeven, film reporter at TheWrap, and I'm here at the Sundance Film Festival about to talk Maiden with Alex Holmes and Tracy Edwards. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for inviting us.
It's great to be here.
Tell us about Maiden. We talked a little bit before, but for those people who don't know what Maiden's about, tell us what happened.
Well, 30 years ago, I sailed around the world in the 85-86 Whitbread Around the World race with 17 men. And I thought, wow, the sailing is really great, but 17 men. It was noisy, very smelly. And I thought, this is so much fun. Why aren't there more women? There were 230 people doing this race and 4 girls. So I just said, this is crazy. So I decided to put Maiden together, which was the first all-female crew to race around the world, which I thought was a really good idea, And I said, we're going to put this team of girls together. And almost the entire world went, no, you cannot do that. So I was like, why? Because you're a girl and girls don't sail around the world. So this was my first real taste of sexism and misogyny, and at the tender age of 21 or whatever it was, I had no idea it existed. Yeah. So I found myself fighting a battle that I had no idea I was going to fight, putting the team together, finding the money, and really spending a lot of time persuading people that we weren't all going to kill ourselves as we sailed around the world. That's
interesting you mentioned that, because the whole documentary, I feel like people were saying, they focus more on questions like, are you guys bickering? Are you guys, what are you guys talking about? Are you guys fighting? And that's a lot. Like, women get that a lot. Well, the questions would be when the men sailed in on their boats, their questions would be, so we saw that tactic you did on the second leg, mile 103 with that spinnaker change, that was really cool. And we would be so excited waiting for these questions, and we'd sit on the panel and we'd get, how much you must take a lot of lip salve, to keep your lips so soft. And did you argue? Because everyone knows that women don't get on. Where does that come from? So all of our questions were so banal, and we found it really difficult because when we were doing really well, we wanted to tell people why we were doing well, because we were good at what we did. Why do the documentary now?
Well, when I first heard Tracy tell this story, it was actually at my daughter's school, and it really struck me as I heard her unfold the experiences she'd been through and all the chauvinism that she'd experienced, that I still, all these years later, had to persuade my daughters that they should go out there and put their all into trying to achieve whatever ambition they might have. And I have a son as well, and I never felt I had to convince him of the same. So it really struck me that although time had passed, nothing had really changed.
I was curious, when you watched the final cut, did you learn anything about yourself or, the experience or the crew that you didn't know before? That's a very good question. It's interesting, actually, because I think we're all very strong women, but we all suffer from imposter syndrome, as I think a lot of women do. So when someone says to me, oh my God, I think what you did was so amazing, I'm like, it was nothing. Oh no, it was really no, and I swallow it instead of going, thank you so much, I'm very proud of what we did. What the film did for us, and what New Black Films, especially when they were making the film, did was they asked for honesty. And Alex in particular said to me, we really want the bare bones. And all the girls said to me, so they really want the whole truth? And I went, yeah, let's do it, because this needs to be our story for the future, and it needs to be the warts and all. And what I learned watching the film was, I knew I can be very difficult to be around when I'm very determined and focused on something. That's putting it mildly. My daughter will tell you that. Wow, that's mild. But what I learned from the girls was that they understood what I was going through, and the amount of leeway they gave me and the support that they gave me was despite how I was at the time, which could be quite difficult and as I say, very focused. And a couple of other little stories that I hadn't known about before, but which is interesting. But anyway, but it was mostly a really positive experience, and it was a real, validation of what we'd done, and I think Alex did an incredible job with it. And you spent 2 years looking for sponsorship before you even went on the 9-month voyage, right? Do you feel like you would need that much time nowadays to secure sponsorship for an all-female sailing crew? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. It's, in the end, our sponsorship came from the strangest source, because I was friends with King Hussein of Jordan. And in the end, he said to me, England, Britain should be supporting you. Why this great thing? Why aren't they? He said, Royal Jordanian Airlines, so the airline of an Arab country, which is more forward-thinking than my own country, became our sponsors, which was just such a great story in itself.
And of course, actually, as we've just we've rediscovered Maiden, we had to sell her at the end of the race, and we've just found her and we've restored her. And the restoration has been generously supported by his daughter. I know, so it's really gone this full story. Yeah. But it has taken us 3 years to get to the point where we're raising the money to restore the boat. And what we're doing with the boat now is helping the next generation of sailors, all those young women who've seen Maiden and think, I want to be out there, I want to be racing for my country, I want to be doing all these things, and are still having the same problems. So, yes, the same problems, but us oldies are on the case, and we're helping the new generation to hopefully get it done quicker this time.